Step on the floor, feel the beat, let it glow. Everybody's here, let the good vibes show. Lead united, marching proud and strong. Dancing till the morning, all night long. Oh, we're marching on together, yeah. Good vibes rising, feel it everywhere. Last prediction, Stacy, Renee, Jess, Banner, Army, crew, we're the best. Oh yeah. Day buzz, we're dancing in line. From previews to reviews, it's party time. Fastest finger first, let the quiz begin. Cheering for leads, we always win. Mental health, we're here for you. Laughs and smiles will pull you through. Light it up, let the music play. Spanner Army dancing all the way.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome into JSY Talks Crime. This is your Crime Night Live. Smash a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and as always, thank you for watching. How are we doing, Stace, love?
I'm doing good.
Telling me that all day.
She just reading my message.
Yeah. It's StreamYard.
Right.
What is?
I've got
Two
screens.
screen.
Oh yeah, it's this new thing with StreamYard. We can hide it. See, I can hide vertical me and just go back to this. Don't ask. StreamYard have done a new thing. They don't even ask you; they just do it. I'm gonna have to.
It's awful.
No, looking at yourself.
Yeah.
How are we doing, crews? All good?
Yeah, all good. Hang on, there you go. Not bad. Can't see me.
One made it to Cleethorpes.
Oh, listen, don't. We didn't know that Grimsby were at home and we came past as it we're all coming out at the stadium. It was like, oh my God, we were just walking straight in front of the car. I was scared.
Okay,
I went,
now.
oh shit, Grimsby are at home. I wonder if they won. And I went, no, they've lost. Keep windows up.
Oh, the goalkeeper got sent off in 46 minutes for Grimsby.
Did he?
Yeah.
Hell. Yeah, we just went that well with this car and he's up for now at RSC again.
It might go back and be no trimmings on it, mind. I can't lie. Grimsby's a wee bit rough. How we doing, Renee? All good?
Hanging in there, Jess. How about you?
Yeah, hanging in there, mate. We just had a ball fest of watching England. Although I didn't watch England, I watched France, to be fair.
Well, Iceland won or lost right at the last minute. It was depressing.
Big up to the Icelands, or the Icelandic Towers of Iceland. Good evening, Kevin.
Hey,
I hope you're doing well. Have they qualified for World Cup then, no? Iceland?
they got bounced today.
Oh.
Yeah.
Big up, Daz, mate. Big up, Paige. I hope you're doing well. Drooler, big up, love.
Drula.
Big up, Drooler. God, how much weight has Freddie Flintoff lost? Fucking
Loads.
God, he's
Loads.
in the bullseye, and I didn't even recognise him. I can't
He had that
remember.
crash, didn't he? He nearly killed him.
Never been same as if on Top Gear. Never been
Yeah.
same.
No.
Big up, Kev, mate. Hope you're doing well. But so before we get into it, does anybody actually know the case that Stacey's covering? 1 minute, because I think my son's melted in bath. He's been in there an hour and a half. Wait a minute.
I'm wasting away.
Hey,
Oh. How the fuck did you stay so calm on the phone, then?
Uh-oh. Mute your mic, Mum.
We'll do a networking.
There we go. That way. Oh, bless you, Thor. Jess is screaming at Harry right now. Get out of the bath.
Glad I'm not hairy right now.
Oh, I should maybe be screaming at Zachary. Shaving his hair. Didn't even fucking sound like I was killing him. It's like, I need to freaking do your hair. You won't let me wash it. I need to keep it short.
Exactly. You can either get it buzzed or you can get it washed. It's one or the other.
I can't take you into a hairdresser because they won't be able to handle the specific hairdressers that will probably deal with autism, but I'd rather do it myself because I can get it done without him attacking
get
someone.
Yeah. I hear you.
I don't. Oh boy. Hang on. I'm assuming my dad just got off the phone with recovery. 6 kids, mind you. Stranded.
Oh, jeez.
Well, Kevin knows him. I know you know him, don't you? You know him, Renee, because it's American based.
Yep, I know him. It's a scary, really scary story.
Mm.
Just Jules in the chambers.
Mother, do you know?
I
Or not?
probably do, but not. Look, listen, I'll be honest. It's been a mental week again. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I ain't got a clue, to be honest. I probably have
no.
heard of him. Maybe not. I don't know. So I didn't want to read up about him. I just thought, you know what? Coming eyes open and ears open and just then make a judgment.
Yeah, Jess was saying when I did BT, she didn't know much about
Yeah, I'm
him,
just
so
going to mute the mic because he's on phone to Lee now. Just
then she listened to what I had to say and had nightmares, poor girl.
We got Vinders, by the way.
Hi, Vinny, darling.
We got Jules. Hope you're doing well. Right, Stacey, over to you, love. Ready when you are.
Okie dokie doke. So Kevin knows of him.
Good.
He made Bundle like a novice. You're not wrong there, Kevin. Not wrong.
Makes our fucking crimes look like a novice.
It does. It makes our crimes look tame.
I mean, look at him, he looks like a pastor, though. I can't even lie, you know. You wouldn't even think it if he killed all them.
to be honest, I might actually know this.
You might do.
Yeah, right. Mute the mic again. He's on phone stuff.
All right, so let me just clear my glasses so I can see. You know, being all professional and stuff. Right. So.
Never.
So tonight's topic is the Green River Killer, also known as Gary Ridgway. There is a lot of victims. I'm gonna keep up the gory details in the presentation. We can discuss it when we're finished at the end or halfway through, whenever Jess has got something to ask, or Renee will probably know as well as much as I do. I've kept the gory details out, but he was a sick individual. So we'll get started, and then any questions we can answer. So, so Gary Ridgway was born on the February 18th, 1849 in Salt Lake City, Utah. As the second of 3 sons, his early life was troubled, marked with harsh upbringing from a domineering mother who often used corporal punishment. Ridgway later revealed conflicted feelings towards his mother, combining anger and inappropriate attraction, which included fantasies of killing her. His father, a bus driver, had a difficult marriage with Ridgway's mother and expressed frustration about sex workers his father, a bus driver, had a difficult marriage with Ridgway's mother and expressed frustration about sex workers encountering during his routes. Ridgway struggled academically due to dyslexia and low IQ, which led him to being held back a grade in high school. At the age of 16, He committed a violent attack on a 6-year-old boy who survived despite serious injuries.
What made him attack a 6-year-old boy?
The court I found is because he wanted to know what it felt like to kill.
All right.
Yeah, straight off the bat. Yeah.
What we're talking about, though, corporal punishment, what we're talking about? He's dominating mother.
Spanking and stuff.
Yeah.
Binding.
Spanking.
Oh, just...
But what we consider normal punishment when we were growing up.
Yeah, paddling.
We got slapped.
Slap, belt, crack, crack, crack.
What
My dad used to do that.
that's corporal punishment, though.
My dad brought my foot killed by a bottom of his don't be kill went in half.
Ridgway completed his education at Tai High School in 1969. Tied with 19-year-old high school sweetheart, Claudia Craig. He enlisted in the United States Navy and was sent to Vietnam, where he served aboard a supply ship and experienced combat. During his military service, Ridgway frequently engaged in sexual activities with sex workers and contracted gonorrhea. Despite Craig's anger over this, he persisted in these actions without using protection. His marriage to Craig ended within a year. When friends and family were asked about Ridgway following his arrest, they described him as a friendly yet peculiar. His first 2 marriages ended in divorce due to infidelities on both sides. His second wife, Marcia Winslow, alleged that he had put her in a chokehold. So from the back,
It sounds like a weird fuck.
such a pleasant man from the get-go.
Yeah.
Well, thing
Very
is, though,
sweet, not.
he's workers. A lot on it, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's
So what I've kept out, like, if I go back to his father being a bus driver, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier on in the. He actually went on routes with his dad, and his dad would complain about sex workers, call them all sorts of names under the sun, but then would leave Ridgway on the bus while he went and had sexual activities with the said sex workers on his route.
Wow.
So conflicting that his dad hated them, but had sex with them anyway.
I'm not being funny, you know. I mean, dreaming of killing your own mum, that's a bit sick, innit?
Yeah. Tell me about it.
And that's only young.
Yeah. So his crimes, Ridgway became more religious during his second marriage, going door to door to share his faith, reading the Bible both at work and home, and insisting that his wife adhere to strict doctrines of their pastor. He often found himself in tears after reading the Bible or listening to sermons. Despite his newfound faith, Ridgway continued to seek out sex workers and encouraged his wife to engage in sexual activities in public or inappropriate locations, including areas where the bodies of his victims were later found. I'm just going to let that sit for a moment with the ladies.
Oh,
But specifically Jessamine
What,
Moore.
and then put the bodies there after?
Yeah.
That's not right.
That's
I can remember all that and all. I must have a fucking brain like a bastard fucking encyclopedia.
But then, some of them though actually mark out where they've already put them and keep an eye on them and go back and check them.
Some do, yeah. Some do.
I mean, I know people have sex outside. That's not that's quite a normal thing.
Yeah.
That's pretty grim, that's this.
I didn't say it was grim.
I mean, he got married 3 times, so he can't have been that bad.
Yeah. Which will be next slide. I've lost my one now, sorry. Yeah. Women in Ridgway's life described him as having an unquenchable sexual desire. His 3 ex-wives and multiple ex-girlfriends reported that he expected sex from them several times a day.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
What's wrong with lunch a couple of times a week? Fucking 3 times a day. Scruffy cunt. Hey.
He often preferred to have sex in public spaces or in wooded areas. Ridgway acknowledged his obsession with sex workers, admitting to a love-hate relationship with them, which I reckon goes back to his dad. His dad had the same kind of love-hate relationship, so it's kind of passed on to him. He often voiced his discontent with their presence in his neighborhood, yet he regularly utilized their services. In a statement presented at his plea hearing, Ridgway expressed his disdain for prostitutes and his reluctance to pay for them for sex. Some have speculated that he was conflicted between his desires and his strong religious convictions with his second wife, Marcia. Ridgway fathered a son, Matthew Ridgway. So yeah.
He's got kids
I
then.
think that's his only child. That's his only child, I think, as well.
Is he still alive, his older kid then? He's never heard about
Yes.
his kid, yeah.
Yeah, his son is still alive. From what I gathered from researching, he's still alive.
You know, like the other one last time you did, you know about his daughter, but you don't hear
Yeah.
any mention of him, do you, to be fair?
No, I think when it comes to children that have, when the fathers have serial killers, they'll either step away completely for the fear of ridicule and attack and stuff, and some like BTK's daughter and son came forward to help wherever they could. So it's a kind of the fear, which is understandable, because I know, like, I think BTK's daughter said the same thing. As soon as they found out who my father was, she got a sense of fear, because it's the sins of the father, innit, as the saying goes. Even though they didn't actually commit the crimes, some family members will get wrath from public because they happen to be related to the person that's done these horrific crimes. Mob justice and all that.
Yeah, but you can't blame them for it, innit?
No, that's the thing. You can't blame them, but some people do. They can't get the person that's actually done the crime.
Not any of them, no. To be fair.
Yeah.
Don't move that stairs. Let me read it before you move it.
Yes, mother. But
Well,
yeah, my free time.
How didn't wives know, or how didn't, you know, when they were married, like, how didn't they know? Wow.
It's thing after thing, innit?
Liar.
It must have been very convincing, I can't lie.
It said that it's what people you least expect.
Yeah, because to look at him, you just won't think it.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't lie.
You won't
But
think
then
that way inclined.
Looks can be deceiving.
Exactly, that's what they're saying. Like I was saying before, Ted Bundy, everyone had this misconception of people that looked psychotic were psychotic. When Ted Bundy came out, and when people found out he was a mass murderer, serial killer, they were shocked because of his looks, his demeanor.
Yeah, but what does a mass murderer look like? That's the thing.
That's the thing. Before Ted Bundy, there was that misconception. They looked and acted a certain way. Ted Bundy came along and he threw that out the window.
Yeah,
with his charm, his good look. Look, don't get me wrong, he's a sick person, but he is a good-looking bloke. Come back with his charm is how he managed to get away with it for so long, because he just had that look and charm, and he was people just looked at him and trusted him. Before
Ted
that,
Bundy?
yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't a bad looking.
No, and I know it sounds weird saying that. It's not like I'm gonna start writing, "Oh, he's dead," like, but. You know what I mean? He was a good-looking bloke. You see, like, prime example, Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. Not a good-looking bloke at all.
Yeah, that's better.
You know what I mean? Yes, exactly.
Yeah, exactly like that page.
Indeed.
May I go on to the next slide? Have you
Yes.
So speaking of his marriages, so Ridgway was married 3 times. 2 of these marriages were during the time he was killing. So Claudia Craig Barrows, who was married in 1970 and divorced 2 years later. So that was while he was in the military, if I'm not mistaken. And then he met Marcia. They were married in 1973 and divorced in 1981. And his final wife, Judith, they married in 1988 and they divorced in 2002 when he made his confession.
That one lasted quite a bit, the last one then, didn't it?
Yeah, yes. I was going to say that.
Maybe if I'm true, look, she always says, don't she, the last wife, never thought it. He was a loving, kind man.
Yeah, he was.
It's amazing, isn't
And
it?
she didn't believe he was capable of what he was accused of until she heard the confession.
Yeah,
She said
that's
she
true.
could not believe what she was hearing, and she straight up filed a divorce just like that. Because I don't know if it's over here.
Gone away. Fuck that.
Yeah, I don't know if over here, but I know in America, and Rennie might be able to back me up on this one. If you've got a spouse that's been done for a serial crime like this, you can get a divorce really fast,
You can hear.
really quickly,
Yeah,
without
you can hear.
no
Yeah.
like mediation or anything like that.
No.
It's literally, oh, my husband's a serial killer. I want a divorce. Divorce is granted like that.
No, yeah, you can. You can get that here.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right, Renee?
It would depend on the state, I'm sure, but yeah, I would imagine that they would fast track those kind of divorces.
Yeah. So, sorry, there is a lot of crime. So I tried to break it up a little bit. It goes on. So, during the 1980s and the 1990s, it is believed that Ridgway murdered at least 71 teenage girls and women in the vicinity of Seattle and Tacoma, Washington. In his court testimonies, Ridgway later mentioned that he had taken so many lives that he lost track of the number.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is so weird. That's so creepy and crazy at the same time.
Mm.
The majority of these murders took place between 1982 and 1984. The victims were thought to be either sex workers or runaways, whom he would pick up along Pacific Highway South. Ridgway occasionally showed the women a photograph of his son to deceive them into trusting him. They would engage in the sexual acts, and after a few minutes of intercourse from behind, Ridgway would wrap his forearm around the front of their necks and use his other arm to pull back as forcefully as possible, strangling them. Most of the victims were killed in his home, his truck, or in isolated locations. The majority of their bodies were discarded in wooded areas surrounding the Green River, Seattle, Tacoma International Airport, and other designated areas within South King County.
He's a fucker in his own house. Where's wife?
So he used a long strip to dump the bodies, if I'm not mistaken.
I have no words.
I ain't finished yet, Mum. I wish I was.
That's crazy, isn't it? He's got a good obsession with strangling, hasn't he? Him?
Yeah.
2 confirmed victims and an additional 2 suspected ones were discovered in Portland, Oregon region. The bodies were frequently found in groups, sometimes arranged in poses, and typically unclothed at times. He would revisit the victims' remains and partake in necrophilia.
No.
See, this is why I kept, because I didn't want to put too much detail into the PDF because we could discuss it. From the video, from one of the documentaries I watched, he clearly, it's clearly shown, because he says he talks about it like it's nonchalant with an officer, but he'd go back a few times, and then after a while, the maggots and the smell would get.
Oh, that is grim.
He was. I'm so glad I warn people like every day this week. He would go back to revisit the bodies to have sex with them.
But they were decomposing.
And then he said he'd do it for a few times until it got to the point where the maggots and the smell was too much.
Oh, that's enough.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's sick. That's really sick.
Ridgway later clarified that he did not derive greater sexual pleasure from necrophilia. Rather, engaging with the deceased diminished his desire for a living victim, thereby reducing his risk of apprehension. On occasion, Ridgway tainted the disposal site with items such as gum, cigarettes, and personal documents belonging to other individuals. He even moved some of the victims' remains across state lines into Oregon to mislead law enforcement.
He was cold, calm, and calculated when he knew.
He was.
Exactly
he knew
what he was doing.
That's what he was doing.
No. Fucking hell, man.
Nothing phases him, does it?
No.
Well,
I will point people to the documentary.
A decomposing body. That's really sick.
Yeah, I think the initial interview he had after being arrested, obviously the officers tried to maintain like a decent relationship with the suspect, to keep the flow going so they can feel open about discussing the crimes. I think the first conversation he had with the detectives, they came in and he asked them about his sleep. He went, "It wasn't the greatest, but I still slept." He was just so calm.
Yeah. Then to move his victims as well across states.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's grim.
It is grim.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Remains of Ridgway's first identified victim were discovered in July 1982. A distinctive type of spray paint was located in the clothing that was wrapped around the victim's neck, but the paint remained untested for 2 decades. It had been analysed at the time, establishing a connection between the murder and Ridgway would have been simpler. Following the discovery of 4 additional victims, the King County Sheriff's Office established the Green River Task Force to probe into the murders. Members of the task force included Robert Capel and Dave, I think it's pronounced right, Chirp, who conducted periodic interviews with incarcerated serial killer Ted Bundy. Here we go. In 1984. So Ted Bundy actually tried to help capture him, but I reckon it was Bundy with more satisfaction for himself rather than clarification for his killings. Yep.
Oh, that's grim.
He was just that's what I mean. Bundy shared his insights regarding the psychological motivations and actions of the killer. He proposed that the murderer was returning to the dump sites to engage in sexual acts with his victims, a claim that proved to be correct, and advised that if law enforcement uncovered a fresh grave, they should monitor it and wait for the killer's return. FBI Special Agent John E. Douglas also played a role in the investigation by creating a profile of the suspect. So this is where they started profiling killers now at this point.
Yeah, that's Mindhunter. Remember I was telling you guys about that on Netflix? That's about John Douglas and how they started up that unit. So it's a really good mini-series. You guys should watch it.
It's a good series, I agree. Ridgway was taken into custody in 1982 and again in 2001 on charges associated with prostitution. He emerged as a suspect in the Green River murders in 1983 following the disappearance of 18-year-old Marie Melvare. Her boyfriend and her pimp later discovered a truck parked outside Ridgway's residence, which they believed was the same vehicle she entered on the day she vanished. Ridgway was questioned in relation to this incident, and law enforcement received multiple additional tips that referenced him. In 1984, he successfully completed a polygraph examination. So because he passed it, that's let go.
But they're a piece of piss to pass them out. Then
he didn't do it. Easy though.
And they went on the words of that he didn't do it over a fucking wow. Fucking hell.
The next few slides will show the 48 victims that were confirmed to be killed by Ridgway, along with 6 other women who have been linked to Ridgway, but also,
was not part of his trial due to needing more information.
Was not part of his trial due to needing more information about the victims. What's up? 1 second, just mute.
Hang on a minute, he killed over 70, but they could only prove 48.
Yeah. Which maybe because I thought 48 were enough and what no point in charging him with any more because he won't be getting out of prison when he's dead. Because that's what I like about America. Once they die, they still stay in the prison until they've done the full term, even though they're dead. Here they don't do that.
Yeah, right. So the next, I think there's 9, 10 slides, roughly, of all the victims.
You the piss go now.
Yeah. No, I'll just go for the slide. So these are the victims. So we've got Wendy Lee Caulfield, and obviously previous mentioned Marie Melvare, April Buttram, Patricia Yellowrobe, Deborah Lorraine Estes. Sorry, I'm killing these names.
Yeah, I know it now.
Colleen Renee Brockman. These are all confirmed.
Yvonne have a type, Shelley, does he really? Because they've all got different hair colours.
No type. Yellow, just prostitutes and runaways. That was it. So Yvonne, Shelley Antosh, Caroline Christiansen, Linda Rule, Kimi Kai Pistor, Shirley Wims, Cindy Ann Smith, Wanda Lee Summers, Patricia Ann Barsak, Shirley Marie Sherrill, Denise Darcel Bush, Andrea M. Childers, Mary Bridget Meehan, Kelly Ware, Constance Nawan, I like that name, Constance, Giselle Lavaughn, Sandra K. Gabbert, Pammy Edvin, Roberta Hayes, Marta Reeves, Martina T. Arthur Lee, Mary Sue Bello, Debbie May Abernathy, Kimberly Wilson, Lisa L. Yates, Delise Louise Plager, Maureen Sue Feeney, Tina Marie Thompson, Carrie Ann Rice, Dolores Laverne
Nobody missed any of
Williams.
these women, no?
What?
See, no,
Nobody
because
missed any of
runaways
these.
or
Well,
runaways or prostitutes.
He got away with it is by
What
going
is
out.
that? Why? Because they were prostitutes and nobody really thought
Yeah,
out
and
of it.
runaways.
Yeah, they didn't
Yeah.
care about me. They just thought they were a piece
No.
of mal, so they didn't really give a shit.
Really sad.
Alma
so these
and-
women can just kind of go missing and no
Yeah,
one looks, you
I'll
know?
get to that drooler. Alma Ann Smith, Opal Charmaine Mills, Terry Renee Milligan, Cynthia Jean Hines, Gail Matthews, Tracy Winston, Marcia Chapman, Deborah Lynn Bonner, Wendy Stevens, Lorraine, Lorianne, Ratspotnik, and Tammy Lillers. Now, these are the victims that were 48, as Jordan put, there is 49, and that's a bit later on. So these are at the time of his trial, his initial trial, these were the 48 victims he was convicted of killing.
But they never got him for 48 victims. They only got him for about 3 or 4, didn't they? Then he admitted all these ones after, didn't
Yeah,
he?
and then after, and then he just confessed to all of them. And when they confirmed it and everything, yeah. So these what he was actually done for, these 48. So the next slide is these victims that are still missing. These next 3 women are listed on the official Green Rivers homicide list. These remains missing till this day. Therefore, no charges cannot be added to Ridgway. So we've got Casey Ann Lee, was a 16-year-old girl. She was last seen on August 28th, 1982, in the area of South 200th Street and 30th Avenue South. This area is just east of Pacific Highway South.
Hey, listen.
Then we've got Kelly K. McGuinness, was 18 years of age and was last seen on June 28, 1983 at South 216th Street and Pacific Highway South. So you frequent Pacific Highway South.
Yeah, they're all in the same zone, aren't they?
Yeah, and Patricia Ann Osborne was 19 years of age and last seen on October 28, 1983 when she left an area at North 115th Street and Aurora Avenue North in the city of Seattle to walk to a nearby restaurant. So these are 3 that are on his on the website for his homicide list, but they need to find them or any information. So victims still missing. Police are currently trying to locate the next 3 possible victims of Ridgway. Whereabouts these women or their true names or names of associates and relatives and when these women were last seen are unknown. So we've got Linda Jackson or Willendall L. Wells. This photo was taken in 1983. This female has been identified as Linda L. Jackson and Willinda L. Wells. She's not been seen in King County since early 1983. So, Michelle, question mark. This photo was taken in 1980. This female was last seen in Seattle during the December of 1980. She may have gone by the first name of Michelle. She has ties to the New York area. And then we've got someone called Anne, but no picture. Police are still trying to identify a possible missing female known only as Angie. Angie was an associate of the Green River victims, Tammy Lillers, so we've got the connection there. She was last seen in downtown Seattle in the summer of 1983. Angie was last known to be from the Marysville area. Described as a white female, 17 to 18 years of age at the time of contact. 5'4" in height, 110 pounds, with curly shoulder length, light brown hair, and greenish blue eyes. She's been described as very pretty and a Barbie doll, last seen wearing blue jeans.
Pretty sad that all these have gone missing and nobody's missed them. Families and that.
Yeah.
Families and that. You know what I'm saying?
And at young ages as well.
If we didn't have prostitutes in this world, put it this way, there'd be more sex attacks, I'll tell you right now.
Yeah.
And
yeah, one's just up near us as well.
These serial killers, the ones that go after prostitutes, they know what they're doing. They go after these women. A lot of them are addicted. Undiagnosed mental health issues. Like, these women just go missing and then no one looks for them. And that's one of the reasons he was able to do what he did for such a long time. It's really pitiful.
It's sad when it Renee. That just because you do a job that's, let's just say, not politically correct, that none of them they weren't bothered about. Now, if that had been somebody else, like middle class, 2.4 children, job and everything, it's a different fucking story. It's pretty sad that he got away with all them murders.
Exactly. Yeah. And these were people's kids, you just wonder.
They've all got families, Renee. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I don't understand. Like, when this starts happening, like, it's like when homeless people go missing, like, or when you see homeless people, you're like, where's your family? I don't know.
Everybody's got a mother and father in it, Renee. They're all born with a family, and it's pretty sad that.
It is. It's pitiful how people just don't.
And the prostitutes, a lot of people, they're not bothered.
Yeah, exactly. That's
it's like that in England, though. Even with Jack the Ripper and that, it was like, first one with a prostitute, she was a prostitute, she deserved it. Really? Yep. That is such
and then when it was an innocent girl.
You did not have prostitutes in this world. There'd be more people touching your kids. Facts. Trust me.
That is true.
It's really, really sad. I get really sad when it's these cases, and they go after prostitutes and it goes on for years.
You think though, right? Would you want to do that job? Because I couldn't do it.
I don't know.
I mean,
it's a risk, innit? You don't know what you're getting in that car with.
That's why I say it's not hotline.
I think that's why a lot of these women are addicted, to be able to function. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, they're all drug addicts, innit? So the function with job, I'd be like that. You'd have to be, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
They don't give a shit.
Exactly. They have to self-medicate to be able to do what they do,
I agree.
I don't know. Sorry.
Short timeline. So, short timeline of the case. On July 15th, 1982, the remains of Wendy Lee Caulfield were discovered in the Green River. Within the month, 4 additional bodies were located along the riverbank. Deborah Lynn Bonner, Marcia Faye Chapman, Opal Shemaine Mills, and Cynthia Jean Hines. This marked the beginning of one of the most extensive and prolonged serial murder investigations in the history of the United States.
Don't you think, though, his way of disposing of body was quite unique? Like, he chucked them all in the river. Like, a lot of people put them up or they bury them in shallow graves and everything, but like to chuck them in the river, it's the same bit as well. The strange one,
in water as well gets rid of evidence.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's strange. He always stuck to that. I mean, how many bodies did he put? And they were all right next to each other stairs.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like he put them in graves at all. They just chucked them in the river.
Just stuck to the same spot. Yeah.
Worthless. Do you know what I'm saying?
It did. That's basically, he dumped them like they were worthless. Ultimately, the deaths of at least 48 women would be associated with the Green River Killer. So, November 2001, Gary Leon Ridgway was apprehended and later charged with the murders of Cynthia Jean Hines, Marcia Faye Chapman, Opal Shemaine Mills, and Carol Ann Christensen. In April 2003, Ridgway faced charges for 3 more murders: Wendy Lee Caulfield, Deborah Lynn Bonner, and Deborah Estes.
So they're the ones that got him on at first. Even Busy didn't realise he'd done that many, did they?
Yeah. No. In June 2003, in return for the prosecutor not pursuing the death penalty, Ridgway consented to plead guilty to all murders he committed in King County. He also agreed to provide complete, honest, and straightforward information regarding the crimes he had committed in King County and to respond to all inquiries during interviews conducted by detectives or the prosecuting attorney.
Do you think he should have got a plea bargain, Stacey? Because I think he should have gone to death. In my opinion.
In theory, no. But I think because he accepted the plea deal and didn't get the death penalty, more victims have had justice. Because if he just had gone, no.
I don't know, if that were me, I'd want him to go to Needle. I'm sorry, that's my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
I agree with that.
Prison's totally different to your life. A life for a life, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Me, I'm sorry. That's my opinion.
That's what I say.
No, I agree. He should have been given the death penalty, but then there's the side is because
But that's the
he
prosecution there, but that's shit house
Yeah.
for me. They've got fucking hangman
If
snooze.
it's proven without reasonable doubt, it was definitely them. Then yeah, because we know sometimes that the justice system can get it wrong, and we know that.
Yeah.
So
I find there's more flawed cases in England though than these in America.
America. Yeah, I agree on that
yeah.
one.
I think their system's a lot better than ours.
Yeah.
America.
I think America's got a better way, though, aren't they? They once they say life, that's it.
That's
We don't
it.
have that here.
These people have committed murders, then they've come out and murdered again, then gone back in. For me, life means life. So life, you stay in there till you die. You don't come back out.
I agree. If you get given 25 years and you die within that 25 years and you're still in prison, if you've got 5-10 years left on your sentence, you should remain buried in the grounds until it's time for you to be released from the prison. That's what America does. We don't do that here. But when they say life is life, that's what I like about America.
Yeah, when they go out on 25 years. But they don't do 25 years, so because they do 12 and a half for behaviour. No, if it says life, it means life. If you took a life for me, you should never come out of prison. Facts.
Yep.
Can't lie.
It's like, I know last that got attacked by her ex-partner. I was good friends with the mum. I used to work with the mum. And he got 27 years. And he's got to do 24. And then after 24, he's allowed to come out on licence with tag on. But he's got to do 24 years. He's not allowed to come out before then. He nearly killed her. It did pebs and everything. Last in Wakefield. Stamped her head outside.
An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth.
Yeah, I agree.
You committed a murder.
Yeah.
It's you don't come out. That's my opinion. It might seem harsh, but that's my genuine opinion.
No, I agree on that one.
Because if that were your kids or mine, like that were Harry or that were your Zark or that was Stacey, so I'd never want to see him come out of prison. I can't lie.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah.
What Vin does.
I believe if you commit a crime to that extent of that, if you kill somebody, you should be done for murder and you should be locked up for life. You should be allowed to go out and play fucking streets and run around and getting pissed and enjoying your life.
Shit, having PlayStations and all this crap.
Yeah.
Get fucked. Yeah. You did nothing. Solitary confinement. Look at 4 walls all day. My heart bleeds. Stuff.
Yeah, no, it's wrong. You know, I mean,
that cunt got off lightly. Killed nearly 50 people and he just stays in prison for the rest of his life. What justice is that?
That's like here, right? How many partners get murdered by their partner? Domestic violence, male and female, not just going female, going both, and they get 47 years.
80%.
It's wrong. It's disgusting.
Probably 90% of killings is by somebody that you know.
Yeah. Oh, they have to say that, don't they?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Should I continue?
I think the justification for why they gave him a chance at a life sentence was because so many women were still missing. And the idea was that they could at least give these women Christian burials and figure out who was still gone. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, I don't know if I agree with it or not, but that was the idea, was to give families some closure, you know, and find women that they were never going to be able to find these women otherwise.
Yeah. Okay. So on November 5th, 2003, Ridgway entered a guilty plea to 48 counts of aggravated first-degree murder as part of a plea deal that would prevent his execution in return for his assistance in finding the remains of his victims and offering additional information. In his statement that accompanied the guilty plea, Ridgway clarified that he had murdered all of his victims within King County, Washington, and that he had moved and discarded the remains of 2 women near Portland to mislead authorities.
1 minute, sir. So, you know, did they find all them 48 bodies then?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they found all them 48 bodies that he killed?
There were additional bodies that they found after he told them where to look.
Yeah.
Right.
So that was part of his plea bargain. If they believed he had anything else to do with anyone else, he had to tell, he had to be forthcoming and truthful as part of his plea deal.
Right, fair enough.
I'm not saying he didn't deserve the death penalty. I'm just saying that was why they did that deal with him, because they needed more. There could have been like hundreds of additional missing women, and they were never going to find those bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's fair, but my opinion is an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. You go We'll all have different opinions on it. We don't.
Yeah.
None of us get nasty about it. But I just,
No.
and I've always believed.
No,
it,
I'm
like,
agreeing with you, Jess. I agree.
I understand why they did
it.
it because they wouldn't have got them bodies rented out. I totally understand it.
Yeah.
But my still belief is he still should have been given lethal injection after that. I can't lie. You know, that's a cruel man. I'm not saying doing 1 or 2's right neither, but nearly 70-odd people. What an evil.
And then going back to doing them dead.
And then doing that to them after they died and they're decomposing, man. That's wrong. There's something wrong here. Like, seriously, that's one cruel, evil man.
Well, you'll like this next bit then, Jess. Deputy Prosecutor Jeffrey Baird remarked in court that the agreement included the names of 41 victims who would not be part of State versus Ridgway if it were not for the plea deal. King County prosecuting attorney Norm Maleng elaborated his choice to pursue the agreement. We could have proceeded with 7 charges that would have been the extent of what we could have hoped to resolve. Regardless of the trial's outcome, there would have remained unresolved questions about other crimes. This agreement was path to uncover the truth.
I understand it, don't get me wrong, but I'm just a bit old-fashioned in the fact that...
Yeah, well, this is what it means. Look, ultimately, the pursuit of the truth is the reason we have a criminal justice system. Gary Ridgway does not merit our compassion. He does not deserve to live. The mercy offered by today's resolution is aimed not at Ridgway, but at the families who have endured so much.
I mean, like, they film in American courts, don't you? And do you know what got me out of all that? The bloke with the white beard, and he said, I forgive you. And he did show some emotion. You see, I will give him that. He did show a bit of emotion when he cried.
At that point, when that father turned around and says that it was the Christian, basically elaborating.
He's a Christian, forgiven, all that sort of stuff. That's the first time I'd seen any emotion from him. But he did show emotion. I will give him that. He did show emotion.
When that bloke turned around and said it was the Christian, basically, I'm just paraphrasing. It's a Christian way to forgive him. He forgive him. And that's when Ridgway cried. Because that gentleman, he didn't come at him in anger. He didn't come at him. He was
very softly spoken. I mean,
he was, and you know what?
That I'd murdered my kid. I'll be honest. No.
I wouldn't be this calm. I
wanted to get hold of him and castrate him. I can't lie.
The calmness of that bloke. I
personally, fair play to the bloke because that's a bloody hard thing to do. But I know for a fact.
Yeah,
he's the only one.
I did jump to the table and punishing me.
And you know what? The bloke at him, and he sat and he stood on that witness stand and he gave his what they call it, a witness statement. The after, and he said,
victim statement.
And big up to him, but I know I couldn't forgive anybody that had hurt my family. I can't lie. Yeah, he's victim. I just couldn't. But fair play to him, and that's the only time he ever showed any emotion at all.
He did. That is true. The only time he showed emotion. Not when he was giving interviews. Not when he was talking.
Not even what he did to his wife and
what he did.
Just that one guy.
Yeah, that one bloke made him cry. Of all the things he's done, I've seen numerous documents on this, and he only showed emotion when that bloke said he'd forgive him because it was the Christian thing to do. That's when he cried. So, on December 18th, 2003, King County Superior Court Judge Richard A. Jones sentenced Ridgway to 48 life sentences without the possibility of parole to be served consecutively. Additionally, he received a further 10 years for tampering with evidence for each of the 48 victims, which added a 480 years to his 48 life sentences. Subsequently, he was given another life sentence after the remains of the 49th victim were discovered in 2003, which I will mention later on. Ridgway assisted prosecutors in locating 3 bodies on August 16th of that year. The remains of a 16-year-old girl was found in New McClaw, Washington, 440 feet from State Route 410, were identified to belong to Pammy Annette Evett, who was in the initial slide, who was thought to be the victim of the Green River killer. The remains of Marie Malvar and April Buttram were uncovered in September 2003. See, now do you see why they're giving that plea deal?
Are we remembered where all them? Do you know what bugs me a little bit there is? Are we remembered where they all was?
Yeah.
There's that many of them.
If I'm not mistaken, each of the victims went back a few times. So the location would have been solidified in his head to be able to go back repeatedly.
Of all the victims he had, right?
You look at Ian Brady and Myra Hindley. There's still something on that moors that they've never found. But yet he can recall where 48 bodies were. That is absolutely fucking
to me. My opinion on that one is they refused to give his location up just to be absolutely cruel.
Yeah, to his mum. But I don't understand how he's remembered where they all were to be able to go and say, yeah, this, and this. What I should have done is, as soon as I got where they were, go right. Sorry, mate. Leaf injection now, you. That's yours. That's what I done.
Alison's got a point there. Probably treat them as trophies.
Yeah, that's what they remember things. So that they go back for probably like the colour of the hair, or the hair with the hair waved or moved or.
Like that bloke when he used to cut their hair. That's an English bully, but Italian. Then he took snippets of their hair, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
And he had an obsession with women's hair on bust, didn't he? Used to cut the fucking hair.
Yeah.
On November 23rd, 2005, the Associated Press reported that a weekend hiker discovered the skull of one of the women whom Ridgway had confessed to murdering in his 2003 plea deal with the King County prosecutors. The skull of another victim, Tracy Winston, who was 19-year-old when she vanished from Northgate Mall on September 12, 1983, was found on November 20th, 2005 by a man hiking in a forested area near Highway 18, close to Issaquah, southeast of Seattle. This discovery resulted in Ridgway receiving his 49th life sentence in 2023. Remains that were found in 1985 and referred to Bones 17 were confirmed to belong to 15-year-old Laurie Ann Pennick, who was last seen by her family in Lewis County, Washington in November 1982. See what I mean, Jess? If they hadn't done that plea deal with him, none of these women would have been allowed to be added to his sentencing. So that plea deal left it open. That plea deal left it open for more chances of him being prosecuted for anyone else they confirmed were his victims. But like it says, though, he confirmed to kill a majority of his victims before they were found.
I don't know how he slept at night. No. How he went to sleep.
She's 15 years old.
I'll never know.
Yeah.
I can't lie. How he lived a normal life after doing that. No.
You know, being married to a woman as well, having a kid as well, and still acting normal. How the
fuck? Said when he was at home with his wife, he was lovely. Yeah. He was nicest bloke you'd ever meet. You wouldn't have even thought it.
Maybe that's why he did it. Because he didn't want to do it to his wife. If I do it to my wife, I lose my son. Yeah, man.
Ridgway admitted to more confirmed murders than any other American serial killer. Over a span of 5 months of interviews with the police and prosecutors, he confessed 48 murders, 42 of which were identified by police as probable victims of the Green River Killer. On February 9, 2004, county prosecutors started to release the videotape recordings of Ridgway's confessions. In one recorded interview, he initially informed investigators that he was accountable for the death of 65 women. In another recorded interview in December 31st of 2003, Ridgway asserted that he had murdered 71 victims and confessed to having engaged in sexual acts with them prior to their deaths, a detail he withheld until after his sentencing. In January 2004, Ridgway was placed in solitary confinement at the Washington State Penitentiary in Walla Walla. Subsequently, on May 14th of 2015, he was transferred to the USP Florence High, a high-security federal prison located in East Canyon City, Colorado.
That's a bad prison.
Is that a bad prison?
Sorry, Stace. That's a really bad prison. Basically, everyone that's in there at Florence is in 23 hours a day of lockdown. Like, you're in solitary confinement. You will never see another person. You will never speak to another person. That place is bad. Bad. They put that.
They make a film about that, and not a film, a program about that as well. That
probably. I'm pretty sure that the Unabomber is there, and it's so that they do not have any physical contact with anyone. Like it's a bad place.
It's high security as well. And I think I've seen the program about that actually. That prison.
That's the kind of place you don't come out of alive. You know what I mean? Like you die in there.
Yeah. Following public
Because they burn them
outcry.
on ground, don't they, as well? They've got actual burial sites on the ground. And then families have come back years after they've died to take them out to put them in a proper grave. So
Yeah, that's not the place you want to get sent to in the US.
Following public outcry and discussions with the governor, Jay Inslee, in September 2015, Corrections Secretary Bernie Warner announced that Ridgway will be returned to Washington to ensure he was easily accessible for ongoing murder investigations. On October 24, 2015, Ridgway was flown back to Washington State Penitentiary in Walla Walla via a chartered plane from USP Florence High. In September 2024, he underwent a brief transfer from Washington State Penitentiary to King County Jail for several days before being returned to WSP. Authorities did not provide any explanation for the transfer. However, the transfer order was unsealed in March of 2025, revealing that Ridgway's temporary transfer was aimed at assisting in search for additional victim remains.
Why are they letting him just come out? I don't get that.
Initially, in a separate recording interview on December 31st, 2003, Ridgway stated that he killed 71 individuals and admitted having sexual relations with them prior to their deaths. There we go, a fact he only disclosed after being sentenced. In his confession, he recognised that he chose prostitutes as targets because they were easy to pick up and expressed that he hated most of them. He also admitted having sexual intercourse with bodies of his victims after their murders, but asserted that he stated burying the later victims to help him resist the temptation of necrophilia.
Oh, God.
Now it's going back and digging them back up. Do you know? Nah, just no.
Because at the time I did the research, I found the 49th victim that was mentioned earlier, so she's got her own slide.
Yeah, definitely had someone, didn't you?
Yeah. In February 2011, Ridgway was convicted of murder of Rebecca Marrero. Ridgway had admitted to killing a 20-year-old in 1982. However, prosecutors did not have sufficient evidence to charge him with her death at the time. Her remains were discovered in December 2001 by teenagers who were exploring a ravine. And then obviously the Green River Killer, Green Ridgway. What are your thoughts? And I'll come out of this so we can go full screen.
Pardon my language, but fucking monster.
Yeah. I don't know where to start.
Bad one too.
See, that's the reason why I left some of the gruesome details out, because I thought, particularly with me and Renee knowing the case as well as we do, it would be a good point for us. I don't realise Jess had gone. It was a good thing. It was a good thing to discuss. It was a good thing for us as a panel to probably discuss some of the gruesome side of his murders rather than me having it in a PDF, because we can discuss it then. Because he was sick and twisted, like I said. You can go back and watch the confessions when he speaks about going back to the bodies, and he only stopped going because the smell of the maggots got too much. And it's just like having a casual it was like he was having a casual conversation. Yeah, it was like everyday conversation he was having with the cops in the back of the car, because he was actually going. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry, Stacey. I was just going to say it was like he was reading off a grocery list, you know, like.
Yeah, I feel awful for knowing so much about this case, but this case is always intriguing because the sheer amount of victims he had and the sheer time he had got away with it, and it was just so unexpected. And then when you go back and watch the confessions and stuff, how nonchalant he was, and that when I mentioned about the maggots and the maggots and smell, I think he was actually going to another spot to point out where he had actually dumped more victims. And he was just like, it was like an everyday casual conversation with the officers. And I'm like, I felt sorry for the police officers that I had to do them interviews and stuff. They must have
get the hands off him, I can't lie.
It must have took them all their strength not to throttle him, but they were recorded. They were smart enough to have recordings of him in the car.
It's easy to stop recording and take cameras off and give him a bit of dig in it, though.
Yes, basically, that's why he said he buried the victims to stop him from going back to commit more necrophilia. I think for me, I could have. This is going to sound cruel. For me, going back after killing them, desecrating the bodies, is even worse.
It's sacrilege.
Because you're going back
Don't do that.
again and again to violate the body, and that person's soul is no longer part of that body. They are no longer part of this world, and you're going back and violating them again and again and again.
Yeah.
I mean, another that English bloke, but they were already in like morgue them, and they were already embalmed and stuff.
Yeah,
that's totally different. They're decomposing bodies.
Yeah.
That's grim.
Yeah, then the Lily got worse. Necrophilia went back to a few of his victims after to have more sexual activities with them.
So
it's having sex with their bodies.
Laugh and maybe Toy Story before you go to sleep tonight, honey.
Yeah.
I know I've got to go look for charging shit and jumpstart leads and all sorts when I finish up with this. I'm all right.
His excuse for going back to these victims that he'd already killed was so he wouldn't go out and kill someone new. That was his reasoning for going back.
Yeah, he acted like he was doing a service to the community. It's like, well, it would have been worse had I not gone back there.
I'll see if I can find some video clips, Jess. Just give me a second.
It's what he did with that pregnant woman with me, and that fetus just chucked it under that edge like it went up, man.
See, stuff like that I've kept out.
See, proper grim. It's just there.
I'm so glad I waited until that was done.
I apologise. Of course, I'm sorry. Get me out of here. It has just.
No, I'm just glad that we've got the presentation up there before that came up.
Before you go to bed tonight.
You got to turn off after that, man. You fucking know, man. Wow. I mean, it's not just the boss, it's the age of the girls as well.
Yeah,
15. You know, and like I think somebody said it. Was it Paige? Was it Alison? Hang on a minute. I need to put these on. Oh, it wasn't it? Yes, about the fact that they're all family. They were daughters, mothers, sisters, aunties. I mean, they weren't even all the same age. Whether they were from a young age to quite a middle-aged age.
Whoever he could get.
Yeah. It's like he didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm having you. I'm going to do you, and that's it.
He did not care.
Whoever he could get in the car with him that day, he did not care.
Oh yeah, I watched on English. That's really good. Yeah, no, it's. I don't know. I mean, it's not just that. What makes a person do that kind of hideous and crime?
His dad had done it like serial killed, but his dad went with prostitutes, but paid him. He never did.
Yeah.
He had this obsession with
he never.
them, and then going back to him later and fondling them. That's sick. You know how quick, and especially in America, how quick that body's going to decompose.
Yeah, because the one where there's not nice.
Yeah, exactly. So how can you even get a thrill out of doing that? That's sick. I'm sorry, that's grim.
I don't understand. I don't understand the mentality. I
just don't understand how you can get a sexual thrill by doing that.
I don't get it.
Why?
See, I was thinking the same thing, Ruler, right? About the fact that his dad went with prostitutes. He slagged them off to a certain extent.
I'm going to bring this comment up. Yeah. So, according to Ridgway, his dad would a bus driver. He used to go on his bus routes with his dad, and his dad would state how much he hated the prostitutes and stuff, but then would leave Ridgway on the bus on his rounds while he actually went and had intercourse with prostitutes at the same time. So that's where the love-hate thing came from. Yeah. I think his dad planted the love-hate seed of the prostitutes, but obviously not the killing part, because his dad always paid.
And if he was still with his dad was still with his mum, that was his dad cheating on his mum. Do you know what I mean? That itself can have an effect as well. We all know what it's like when you can have that kind of effect. But I don't know. Why would you? I don't know. I can't get my head around it.
just I'd have got sort of like killing them, but Well, I don't get it, but I get it. But going back and mutilating the bodies after they're decomposed, that's absolutely off at scale.
Yeah.
No, you're mentally disturbed.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So I'm just going to try and find that blog that we're talking about.
Harold Shipman might have killed all them people. Yeah, he did, but he injected them with insulin. They were a pain-free death. That was really what he did.
And then insulin dissolves in the body, so they don't know about it because insulin's a natural thing that your body produces.
That old biddy caught him out, didn't he? But
yeah.
Just going to share this, Jeff. This is the gentleman that you were talking about, the one that made. This is the only one out of all the victim impact statements that Ridgway had. This is the only person that made him cry.
Ridgway. There are people here that hate you. I'm not one of them. You've made it difficult to live up to what I believe, and it is what God says to do, and that's to forgive. You are forgiven, sir.
That's the only time you saw emotion from him during the whole investigation, the whole trial. That's the only emotion you saw.
How do you forgive?
I couldn't forgive, but he's a devout Christian, and it was a Christian in his eyes. Forgiving him was the most Christian thing to do.
But I don't get it.
I understand it, and fair play to him.
Yeah, but I don't get it.
But I couldn't forgive somebody that had done that to my daughter.
No, I
can't.
No.
I'd take it to grave with me. It just wouldn't be something. He don't deserve to be forgiven.
No.
Do you know what I'm saying? Nicking a fiver out your mum's purse, you can forgive that. But forgiving fucking somebody that had murdered your kid, his daughter, fair play to him, big man to do that and to stand on that box and say, look.
It does. It takes a bigger person to stand up and say, I forgive you, but
I just couldn't.
I couldn't do it.
I wanted to gouge his eyes out and jump across that box and smash his face in. I can't lie.
Yeah. I made sure my fingernails were all sharp because all real fingernails come out like scratch his face a lot, man. Ugh.
I agree, very religious. Do you know what? I forgive you. What a man, to do that.
Yeah.
But
that's brave.
One or two, you could understand, but nearly 70-odd people.
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling how you can do that. And how you can go back to them bodies when they're decomposing and get a thrill out of it. Like, you're not wired up right. But then live another life where you've got a wife and kids and a job and, you're doing really well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's split personality, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't get the concept of
you're
that.
just like, run-at-mill family man.
Yeah.
Well, BTK, he was another one that was like that. Like, people knew him for years. He had the 2 kids. The kids were like, he was a normal dad. Wife was like, he was a normal husband. He was, at the Lutheran church, like one of the big leaders in the church. It's just wild.
Very.
I don't know, girls. It's a scary world.
Yeah. Some really, really fucked up people in this world.
That's right.
Yes, very.
This is what I'm saying. Like, you look at the British cases that we've done, and you don't look at the couple of American ones we've already done. They're off at Richter scale compared to the 2 I've done. Well, 3 I've done: Lucy Letby, John Cannon, and last week
Michael Stone.
It's like I say, America, a very violent country.
It is because guns and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's second nature, isn't it, over there?
Americans get desensitized to extreme violence pretty early on.
The class as a mass murderer, is it 2 murders or 3 murders here?
3 in it.
Yeah, I think it's 3. I mean, Harold Shipman, he killed all them people with the injection. He's our most serial killer to date.
But he's not. Look, this sounds really shitty, but compared to what he did, I know what he did were wrong, right? But he injected him with insulin and it was pain-free. That was it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he conned him out of the life insurance, so he got stuff on will.
Yeah.
So that guy. That's off. I'm not saying what Harold Shipman did were right, because it certainly wasn't. He would have in a trusted position. Yeah. And he
Pales in
injected
comparison.
nothing there. He didn't go after
pales
bodies
in
and
comparison,
stab you.
yes.
No, I didn't.
Whereas
That's
that's
just it.
That's brutal.
The worst British case that I can think of is the two, what were they, 10, and they killed
James Bulger.
Babes in Wood.
That was one of the worst. Like,
Yeah.
Big up, Robert. And they blamed it on that film, Chucky.
Really?
Why they did it. And you know what?
Yeah.
They're another two that, in my opinion, should have never, ever got a second chance in life. They get to
all because they're
18,
underage.
they get let out, like fresh
That's
start.
right.
You go again. You know what they did to that little boy?
If you
Absolutely.
do that with toddler and you're still at a young age like that, you're still, I mean, that's a soft age. 10, 11, what they were. You don't need to be out there walking around.
Yeah, because they've committed as a minor. That's what it was. Because they were minors when they committed the crime. They
Yeah,
got out.
it's like that here in some cases too, but they've made it to where if it's a really bad crime, and it depends on the state. Each state is different here. But like in most states, especially here in the South, if you do something really, really hideous, they can try you as an adult. Like, it depends on what it is.
You're telling me at that age you should know right from wrong, because of course you know right from wrong at 12 and 13 years of age. You know that what you've just done is wrong, seriously wrong. And you should be tried as an adult if you've done something like that. You know it's wrong. You've done it. You've committed the crime. You should pay for it. You should get out at 17 years old. Go out with your life.
Big enough to take a life. Big enough to have a life.
You know, just because you turned 18, you're not safe to be outside, like mixing it up with other people. No.
And how many times have they been put back inside since they've been released at 18?
Quite a few times.
Frequently. One of them very frequently.
Yeah, but one of them came out, was out 2 years, not even 2 years, and he got caught having pictures of children in unpresented positions and stuff. Took it back in. Then he got let back out. Then he's a serial. I can't think of the last name.
Was a serial offender?
He's a serial offender. And they knew that. As soon as they locked him up, they should have locked him up for life. Both of them for life.
That at 10 and 11, leading a little boy off out at shopping mall and doing that. It's crazy.
Watching the video of him walking out with them as well is horrific.
Do you know what? As the years have progressed, there's more and more killers now that are under 16. I was watching some a couple of weeks back about killer kids in Britain.
Yeah, I watched that.
Quite amazing how many kids are locked up for murder these days.
Do you think it's all the violent video games and shit that they get their hands on young now? Because I for a long time I kind of resisted that. I was like, no. But honestly, now as I get older, I think it might be that, because all of these shooting games and stuff when kids are young, like, it's violent. I'm not so sure it's a good thing for young kids to be seeing. I do think it kind of desensitizes your brain to it.
I think there's a certain age, and I think like some of these gaming nowadays, you know, they're violent. And then if you've watched that Killer Kids, there's certain ones that'll say, well, this happened in Resident Evil or that happened in that game, and I just wanted to reenact what they did in that game.
Yeah,
it took somebody's life. Yeah, the violent video games and shit like that. And I suppose how kids are brought up. I don't know, because I don't think you can use that as a defence, or you're brought up because...
Give me Frogget any day.
I was brought up and I've seen a lot, but that didn't make me turn into a serial killer. Do you know what I'm saying? It sets you on the path. You either go that way or you go that way. For me, I went down that path of I never want to go through what I see or want Harry to see what I see growing up as a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It didn't make me the other way. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think... It all boils down to your own personal perception of how you want to live your life.
I'm sympathetic to people who have really bad childhoods. I truly am. But there's a lot of people that have had nightmare childhoods that turn into good people.
Exactly.
My trauma is a good thing.
This didn't have it great growing up. I didn't, you know, I see a lot that I shouldn't have seen, but
I did.
I don't think I'm a bad person. I think I'm a good person. I don't think
See, for me,
it molded me into being a bad person, because it just made me think that when I had my kids,
it makes you
I didn't want to see what I see. Wrong.
That's like me, though. Yeah, that's like me. I grew up in a family where I had older siblings, brother and a sister, well, half brother and half sister, and I was my dad's only child, and it was horrendous. In fact, when my dad went to work in the morning at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, he used to come home at 6:30 at night. The abuse and the shit I got from my mum and my brother and sister. But then my dad adopted my sister and not my brother. And it didn't change anything. It was still the same. I mean, until my mum died in 22, she was still saying she hated me. I should have been born. And I had that for all my life. Your dad's not your fucking dad. You belong to somebody else. Oh, you're not my kid at all. I found you. I wrote that until she died in 22. So to be on the end of that, and in fact now it started to raise its head again after our Harry got murdered. I was at our Damien's, and one of them was saying, "Oh well, we're spoiled at family." I went, "No, who told you that bullshit?" Listen, they got spoiled. My mum fucking adored the fucking daughter and son she already had, but me, I was the mistake. And I just stood there and I'm thinking, what the fuck? My mum's been gone for a year. I haven't lived with mum and dad since I was fucking 15. I moved out at 15 with Stacey in a buggy. And you're all about it now, fucking all these years later. So it shows you how the circle still carries on from the little people that keep whispering. Do you know what I mean? And it's awful. But I would never, ever put myself in a position of hurting someone because I couldn't do that. I'd rather help somebody. If I can help them, I'll do that. Do you know what I mean? But I would never hurt somebody like that. Never. It's awful.
I mean, it's a cop-out at the end of the day. You know what I mean? People that, like I said, I am sympathetic when people have had really bad childhood.
Yeah.
So truly, I am. And like my mom was raised by alcoholics, so I know that it can be really bad. You know, there were a lot of things she just wouldn't talk about.
This is not an alcoholic.
Yeah, my dad.
You know, that she didn't act that way. I mean, at the end of the day, like you do have to make a choice about who you're going to be, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 54 now, and to sit down with my dad in a pub and have a conversation about what life was like with, hang on, Stacey, what life was like for me growing up. And he sat there and said, I knew there was something there, but because I wasn't at home when it happened, I wasn't told anything. He said, Dad, the treated me like shit. He went, you could feel it. He said, I could feel the animosity when I used to come home from work towards you, but it didn't really settle in until after, you know, we sit down now and we discuss things. Because I told my dad once I got to a certain age, like this and this is about my mum, and this is what she done to me, this is what she said to me. I ain't got a DNA test to prove it from my dad. That's how bad it got to a point where she died before I got the results. I went, yeah, look, Mum, I got them. Do you know what I mean? But I mean, my kids went through hell. I went through shit with my first marriage. And my kids went through it as well. And I walked away with nothing to make sure my kids didn't see no more of it. Do you know what I mean? Because John's like that now. He's not like it now, but he used to be quite aggressive and quite, it's not anymore. He's calmed down. But I've always said to him, you lay your hand on any woman or anybody else for no reason at all, I'm going to batter you. And I'll still say that now, and he's 30 odd years of age, and I'll still do it to him down. And I'm 50 odd, and I'm fucking falling apart. I'd kick his ass. I'd fucking kick his ass. And does. Well, nah. So, yeah.
Sorry, I've got to mute mine. Yep, you would.
Yeah. I've always made sure my kids always respect, don't matter who you are, what you are, as long as you are respectful, then respect is earned. It's not given, it's earned.
If people respect me, I respect them back. No matter their lifestyle or who they call themselves, don't mean nothing to me. I respect them.
I'm always scared. I like it that way. If I won lottery tomorrow, I wouldn't want to do with it all. I'd probably give most of it away. I like living as I am.
Lottery, I'd give just a nice big chunk.
Listen, I like being Paul Cruz, you know what I'm saying? Like, money's the root of all evil, man. It causes so many arguments, man. Does. I'm telling you that money and people are just so greedy and self-centered. Yeah. I just think like more people should be a bit like this channel, you know what I'm saying? Give everybody an opportunity, whether, you know, whatever they look like, whatever they are, whatever creed, sexuality, religion, race. But not everybody's like that, unfortunately.
Well, I'm a short, fat, crazy bitch who don't give a fuck.
Society dictates a way that you should live because too many people are too bothered about what they've got, what they own, what materialistics they've got, what long as they're keeping it with Joneses and I've got the latest car, the latest kitchen, all this shit. When you die, you can't take it with you. But does money make sense? Not really. I think it makes more people unhappy than it does happy.
I had a neighbour like that. Every time she brought her kids new trainers that she used to send them out of my house, knock on the door and go, oh, look what my mum and dad's just bought us. I'm like, so what, the work? I work. Although I'm the dickhead who spends all my own boozing and fucking drugs. But yeah, I worked. And it got to a point where I used to say, listen, stop sending your fucking kids round. My kids don't need to know your kids are going out and buying Nike trainers and Adidas and all that kind of shit. It's not worth it. How long will it last them? A week? Fuck that. £10 hair trainers is all right for my kids. You don't need to understand what it's like to have expensive shit because it don't last. In fact, the most expensive thing they ever got, well, she got a mobile phone I got from when I worked at Bella Media, which is a cost Virgin now. And John got a pair of Deacon fucking boots for his birthday. That was it. Nothing expensive. It's not about how much it's about how you make life.
£1 million. Don't really matter, does it?
No.
Not for me, it don't.
No, I'd rather
money oriented, though.
I tell you though, if I ever won that amount of money, I would never get rid of my van. Because that's my precious. Now precious.
Fuck off, we're getting that traded in for something decent, Cruisy.
I'll be using it tomorrow. I've got to sit and dashboard yet. I've got a bit.
I'll say a prayer when she takes that van out tomorrow, Peach. You know what I'm saying?
I've been cutting little holes in what I'm using my legs as little fucking sticks.
Yeah, but
It needs.
I don't give a shit. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I've took some shit over that van out there, and do you know what? I don't give a fuck. I've laughed. I've said
rightly so, Cruisy, because it is a rust bucket. Do you know what I'm saying?
It is, yeah, of course it's a rust bucket. What did somebody say, mate? It wouldn't be a VW. It's a rust bucket.
It's all she says, it.
But that's just it, You know when I say something right and when I say something wrong. And I've been in situations where someone said something wrong, like, you don't do that, you don't say that. Yeah, I might agree with what you've just said, but you don't say it to the face. Keep your opinion to yourself. If you haven't got a nice opinion to say about something, don't say it at all. Unless it has it needs to be said.
Well, it's true, innit? If you've got nothing nice to say,
yeah,
don't fucking say it. Or, certain people you do have to intend because you just get to a point where you're like, do you know what? I've took enough of your shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to say something. I have an ear.
Yeah. I did that with somebody that we all know.
You get to a point, you have to say something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you can't sit on your laurels.
No, but Ebony, not Ebony's coming and telling me what Mum said about me. I said, Ebony, listen, because his face looked bothered. She goes, no, then don't let it bother you. Because while she's looking at me, she's leaving somebody else alone. Don't let it get to you. It doesn't bother me. Because I tell you why, because she won't say it to my face, but she'll say it behind my back.
Well, I found out my brother's been going around telling people I'm crazy because I take meds for depression.
Yeah. Well, I must be in that category then because I take medicine.
No, I was like, seriously? Thanks.
I mean, you're crazy. You take depression tablets, does it?
I take depressant tablets. Believe it or not, for my guess what you call it now. Menopause, sweats. The chemist for me went, just doing your review for your medication. Oh yeah. So how's your depression on your tablets? Went, depression? What depression? She said, you take it? I said, no, they're for my hot flushes. He went, oh yeah. I'm not psycho yet, Don't bother saying that.
Many people are judgmental though when they find out you take like depression and shit like that.
Yes. I absolutely agree with that.
Do you think you're fucking cool or they think you're thingy? Like you're wired up wrong or something? It's like, nah, you'll try being depressed. You can't comment until you know what it's like. Like I won't lie when people say it's a chemical imbalance. I'm like, bullshit, no. No. I don't believe it is a chemical imbalance. I believe it's genuine, that.
Yeah, no. Oh, Smithy, what you like? It is a pile of crap, but it's my pile of crap and it's good. And it still works,
It gets you where you need to go.
It does. A little bit more as well when Sonny's not here. We needed to use him. You watch your bread down tomorrow now.
Don't you put the holy water on the van.
Yeah,
listen, if you can count 5 friends on your hand that are decent, you've done well, because for every 10 people you'll meet, 9 of them will be absolute knobheads.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you meet me, and I'm a total dickhead.
There's too many people that are out for what they can get out of a friendship. It's not 50-50. It's very true.
The thing is, we've gone from getting paid every week, more or less, to now got it monthly. And I get phone calls every day or every week from my like, Mum, can I... No, listen, you work and you earn more than me, and she gets more than me, and what me and Tony get. And why can't you survive on what you get? We do. Why can't you? I don't get it. Save your fucking money.
Keep your friends close, keep your enemies even closer. It's very true.
Yeah, thank God.
What is it? The enemy of my enemy is my friend or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
greed is the root of all evil as well.
Yeah,
it's true.
Oh,
yeah.
So, like I said, when my dad's on about his money, he wants a wide awake wake before he dies, because he don't want us lot pissing up the money, having a piss up while he's dead. He wants to be with us, celebrating his life. Why not? Weirdo.
He wants a wide awake wake.
Yeah, that's what he wants. He says, what's the point of me having a wake after I'm dead? Because I can't meet nobody, can't have a drink with nobody. I'm dead. So why don't I have a wide awake now while I'm still alive so I can get everybody together and enjoy whatever time I've got left, have a big party, spend some money, and then there we go. What's that?
And then die gracefully after.
Oh, I'm not dying gracefully. I'm going out with a bang, me. I don't give a fuck. Run some fucker over with my van. It's still a road.
If we're going out, I'm going out strong.
Live today. Very true. Live each day as if it's your last.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. I mean, Harry's gone. He was 19. Tony's mate died. He was the same age as Tony. We're 56. My mate's just died. And that's like, I think she's a year younger than me. And it's just like, what the fuck? And it's like, I said to Tony today, I said, do you know what? I took kids home and come back. I said, get him sorted out and we're going away on weekends. We're going to start spending some time away because we don't know what time we've got left. You know? And it's really kicked me up the arse. I mean, so much I've got in this house from top to bottom. I can't do it in one fell swoop because I'm not well enough to do it all in one go, but I'm doing it. I'm getting shit I don't need anymore. That don't mean anything. It's gone. Out the door, in the bin.
You mean you get rid of all that clutter cruising that we've been telling you about for ages?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like printers.
Yeah, like fall printers and, you know, yeah, all that crap.
Do you know I've started doing it though? It's just something like it's not don't mean anything. The only thing I want to do is
I'm not money oriented, Smithy.
Yeah, I'm not money oriented. I've never been like that. You know, it's like to live from hand to mouth.
Yeah. Same Vancouver, and I'm just not angry bullshit. I just don't go out. I don't watch anything anymore. I just chill. I'm zen. Truly will tell you I've been zen for ages now.
Either anymore.
Bit of feng shui.
Absolutely. I know where you're coming from there, Drula. Facts, mate, because exactly the fucking same, mate. Exactly the same, yeah. None of them want to know, mate. Facts.
I said the same thing about my brother, about my dad. I told my dad's not changed his world. Right. It's not his son. He's got no commitment to him at all. He's been nowhere near my dad. Told my dad, no, fuck all. He didn't even do that for my mum. When I told him I'd bring my mum and look after her and she was dying, went, are you fucking stupid? I'm like, it's my mum. She might not like me or love me, but she's my mum. And it's the thing I should do, bring her home. Oh, he criticised me, so wicked, but when my dad dies, he'll be there like that for money, he can fuck off. He ain't getting fuck all.
You must think some of
hide the will so he can't use hands on anything.
You must love us on quiet, really. See, I knew we were loved, really. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't even lie. We do things a different way, and it's the right way. Whether you like it or not, I just think it's the right way.
I think it's what you see is what you get. There's no ways.
There's no ways and graces. Oh, God, that's a fucking grim challenge he's got to do. You wouldn't get me going through that. Blech. Oh, carcasses or whatever he's got to go through.
Just watching I'm a Celebrity.
I have.
Just watching I'm a Celebrity on. And I'm getting fucking PDF presentation ready for my next one.
What's next one?
Oh, it's proper grim, man. She's got to go through all this blood and she's got all these like designer clothes.
Going through it though? Is it Kelly Brook with big tits?
Ratty will be staying downstairs when Tottenham play Arsenal next Sunday, Vinders. I have been warned.
Is Levi Belfield.
Yeah, Levi Belfield's next week to follow on from what we did the week before.
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't need to research another one.
And then Yorkshire Ripper, and then Nilsson for Stacey. She wants to know Dennis Nilsson.
I don't know.
Well, no fact about the Yorkshire Ripper. Do you know when he did the one in Headingley? Her body was found by him that used to play, what's his name, in Coronation Street?
Yeah, Les Battersby in Coronation Street.
Yeah, he found the body back at Anderson at Headingley.
And I'm doing one that Renee requested a look into, and I thought, you know what, might as well do it. Gainesville Killer. He was twisted.
Gainesville Killer.
Oh yeah, I know what that is. Yeah.
See, the inspiration behind Scream.
I don't mind watching anything serial crime-wise because I love it, even American stuff, because you get to take court as well when they got caught. You don't.
Yeah, I like it more in America because you can see the case, like, you know, when they're in court and what defense and prosecution say. Where we very rarely do it.
Yeah, We don't see that here. Where in America, you see it all from start to finish. And it's like, I like that because it gives you the full
You've seen
picture.
it all before they wrap up Vinders, but you've not seen them on Sunday.
Banjo.
Come here, Prig. No, that's Missy. Missy. Lazy dog. Ah, you're chilling out. You can see it before we wrap up, but you won't be seeing her next Sunday. They'll never forgive me. You're having a laugh.
Penny.
Hello to Vinders.
Princess.
What did you call you? Ratty? You're not ratty, are you, love?
Hello, princess. Hello, girl. Hello, beautiful. She knows my voice, you see. Princess.
I'm working on the peacock.
Hello, princess. Hello, beautiful.
Progress, finally.
So my cat's going, princess. Oh, look at that. Is that stuff you do? That what you call it?
This one's cross stitch, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's coming along finally.
Yeah.
I've got my
Hey.
Yeah, but she looks like a mouse compared to your dog. Yours is a big fuck off thing.
I just got a big fat cat.
So have I adopted.
It's fucking massive. Everybody went, Nana, what do you feed Loki? I went, no, just folded his biscuits. He's a fat fucker. I went, yeah, no, he's.
You see how much of that Mrs. Biddy's cat's put on since it's been fucking coming here. It's got a double fucking chin. Fucking sat on fence and Prinny's going, man,
she does that. She's even started sitting on my shoulder here on the morning and just staring at me. It's like, what do you want? I want feeding. Meow, meow. Fuck off. She don't like me when it's having full time.
She might have it done by this time next year.
It said it's keeping this because I'm doing it through this app. It says I'll be done March 31st at the current rate.
No, leave it to the right.
March?
That's what it says. It says March 31st at my current rate. I'm currently 7% done.
Well, because there's been no football played, but don't worry. I'm getting strummed on Sunday.
Fucking hell. We fucking did all right, didn't we? I didn't think we were going to start a day.
Oh, England? Oh, don't start me off about England. That load of
what a boring game that was.
I watched France.
Yeah, you should make me watch it.
Did I watch France? I paid £2.50 and watch France. I can't lie.
Don't say no.
I can't lie. Right, peeps. I think we're going to wrap this one up then.
Yeah, I'm going to go look for these parts that we need for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Everybody lock your doors.
Yeah, don't have nightmares about that one, guys. So next week it's Levi Belfield. And who was the week after, Stacey, for you?
I am doing Danny Rowling, also known as the Gainesville Killer. Which was inspired.
Well. He didn't look like him.
Yeah, it was inspired. His actions, his killings inspired the movie franchise Scream.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Bad news, this one.
Still I watch the film.
And big up to Renee for recommending that one to me.
Yeah.
I watched a scary movie. I watch Scream.
Just watch Naomi's conspiracy theory on Scream.
Oh, no.
I don't know what the conspiracy theory was, to be honest.
Fuck knows. I can't lie.
No, I'll stick to what we know.
What she's talking about, though, guys.
Indeed. So next week's Levi Belfield. That follows on from the Lynn and Megan Russell case. So you'll understand why I think it's in next week. So that's next Sunday. But it will be Saturday next week instead of Sunday because we've not got much football to be doing on the Saturday. So I'm going to do a couple of Premier League games and then 8:30 crime night. So I hope you do enjoy it. Bless up to everybody that's joined us today. It's been an absolute pleasure. I love these crime streams on a Sunday, away from the football, really respectful and nice, and we can have a good conversation on it. So big up to everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have got any recommendations that you do want doing, leave them on, go on Real Crime page and leave them on there. I'm sure me and Stacey can get them in. But big up to the panel, big up to the chat, and there's only one thing left to say. It's a good night from me.
And it's a good night from her.
It's a good night for me, and lock your doors and lock your windows and stay out of the US.
Yes. All of us. Oh.
Oh, Lord.
If you reach the Green River, avoid it at all costs. And happy Thanksgiving for Thursday, Rennie, in case we don't see you.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so for Thursday.
Thanks, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well.
Sure, if you're not doing out, you can join us, Rennie, but I'm sure you've
I
got better
won't be
things
doing
to
out,
do
don't worry.
than join us.
I'll be with you.
Thursday.
My 6 bodyguards are ready just in case. Yes, bitch.
I'm getting dog ready. Absolutely. Smash a like and subscribe. Bless up to everybody. We will see you all again tomorrow for the Northern Ireland game. Thank you very much for a nice, chill day, and we will see you all again very soon. Take care of yourselves, and just remember, don't have nightmares.
Leeds united, dancing bright, spend our army up all night,
laughing, sharing, having fun. The beat goes on, we just begun.
like and share, let's all unite. Tottenham crew, feeling right. Goodbye from me, from her, from us. The party's here, no need to rush.
Army strong, the baseline drops.
Spin around, the fun won't stop. Laughs and cheers.